What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. So Kevin Hart was supposed to have been hosting the Oscars coming up. And he got a call from some people telling him he needs to issue a public apology to the LGBT community. Um, Due to some tweets he put up and did somewhere around 2009, between 2009 and 2010, where he did some homophobic references, however. And because of that, he had to issue an apology again, even though he apologized to it about it before. They want him to do it again. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. He turned it down and said, look, I apologize. I ain't got to keep apologizing for the same thing. I already apologized for it to anybody who I offended, so I ain't got to do it again. Right. So, because he wouldn't do it, he will not be hosting the Oscars because of that. You know what's crazy about this stuff is this. Since when do a person's sexual identity become more important than the pigmentation of one's skin? It's amazing how, like, regardless to what you say, when you black, they tend to remind you of just who you really are at the end of the day. I hate the fact that they always want the LGBT community and things like that. They always want everybody to, like, you can't speak out against what you don't like. Oh, that's hate. No, it ain't hate. That's just the truth. It is what it is. And this thing go beyond just speaking out against it. It even go to the point where they want to remove God because God hate it. And God is against it. God called it an abomination. God will not apologize to y'all. God will not be given an apology. God will not stop the judgment of those who live that life. There is a place for those who live that life, who will not accept Jesus Christ, who will not repent of those sins. There is a place, and God ain't afraid of you. Ain't nothing you can do to change it. It is the truth, and he will stand on it. And the angels of God will drag those who participate in that before the throne of the living God when you stand judgment for those actions. And I guarantee you nothing will save you from it at all. So trying to oppress the people into submitting and surrender to those things and try to seize people's tongues from speaking out against that abomination when you're trying to silence righteousness but try to make that loud. You can't get everybody to sell out. Everybody not going to sell out. And there's still a lot of stand-up people who have morality. There's still a lot of stand-up people who will not bend to the disrespect and to the core that destroys families behind those actions. Regardless to how you think, how you feel, keep your money. Who gives a damn? I make my money any other way like I've been making my money. See, what happens is they are only put in position doing this stuff because people do not know how to get out and vote. Your vote does matter. Your vote do hold power. And because y'all didn't do it, they did it. That's all they did was took their sexuality preference, bought it before the government, while putting people in position on those seats. See, this is what y'all don't get. When y'all don't vote and go out and do this stuff, what they do is put people in positions and vote them in. They put lesbians in positions. They put homosexual guys in positions. They put them on those seats of government to pass bills and legislations so that now y'all have to surrender to their will. Now y'all have to surrender to their will. Because you neglect your right, they take advantage of it. And they put people in those seats and they make sure everybody that agrees with them vote them people into power to sit as their representatives to pass their laws and legislation in. And why we have right now Homosexual marriage is legal. Now they could go in elementary schools and teach this stuff to your kids and children. They could teach your little girl, your little daughter, who 3, 4, 5 years old, that it's okay for her to be a boy and your parents can't do nothing about it. If they do, this is also some type of form of child abuse on their side. They could teach your boy, your son in school, it's okay to dress like a girl if you want to wear panties, if you want to wear a dress. It's okay for you babies and children to be gay. What do that mean, to be gay or to be a lesbian? What do that mean? That's a sexual preference. That's a sexual preference. Which means when you're teaching children that they can be gay, you are giving them permission to commit sexual acts, even though these people ain't even wise enough to understand the danger and power behind sexual activity under immaturity. Under immaturity. What I mean by that? People that's immature to the fact of the dangers and power that comes with dealing in sex. We all know as parents, one of the hardest things to do when you are a parent, when you're raising your children, is when they start getting involved in sex. Then they become rebellious towards you as a parent because they chasing that new thing that they just been exposed to. And because you have rules and morality under your roof that's designed and put up to keep them safe, now they want to go against it because the things that they want to do, they shouldn't be doing, you keeping them from. And parenting becomes harder when your children start getting involved in sex. That's a fact. That's a fact. And when you have children who steady going through life prematurely or immaturely, and now they getting involved in sex without the knowledge and wisdom of how to have respect for one's body and to keep that thing sacred to marriage, it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. So they want Kevin Hart to apologize for speaking against homosexuality, speaking against saying anything bad about it, whether comedy or not. Listen, no, we're not doing that. No. No. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Now you want to take away people freedom. Look, first they say you got freedom of speech only to tell you you don't have freedom of speech. You have freedom of speech whether good or bad. Period. Ain't no way to get around it. That is a right for all Americans. You don't try to oppress. See, they mob and gangster behind. Look, they mob and gangster at the same time try to act like they being. Notice how they bully and abuse, but try to make it seem like they don't. These so-called laws were passed because of they were being bullied for being lesbians. They were being bullied for being homosexual. Then they bring out certain cases where a person got killed for being, which killing go on all over the world. You could do that for anything. You can do that for anything, any situation. People ain't just, hey, guess what? He gay. Let's blow his brains out. They kill for nothing anyway. You can use that for anything, not just for that. See, it's all deception and manipulation. That's all it is, man. He don't have to apologize for slandering niggas, though. He ain't got to apologize for going out speaking nigga talk and doing all this disrespecting, degrading black people. He don't got to apologize for that, do it? No, but he got to apologize for homosexual slurs. Shut up, man. Your sexual preference is not greater than the pigmentation of one's skin. And trying to put it in the same category as the struggle of what black people went through slavery and what we go through in America, you cannot put them on an equal plane. What's even more sad, what even so degrading about this whole thing that they try to protect and get people to try to surrender to is they want us to be the face of it. They want us to be the face of it for shame. This is what they do. They use the blackface as being the model for what a homosexual is. And then they get the rights and power to force the agenda. You understand what I'm saying? They use our face as the model for it, but they force the agenda and the power of it. You understand what I'm saying? Because they want people to look at us and being these sick, depraved people. That's why we the models of it. That's why when you look at TV, you see every sitcom them writing in a gay script, and it's a black person playing it. It's a black person playing it. Get up out of here, man. And it seems like mostly every black person in Hollywood got to go through the formality of being a homosexual eventually before their career's over. Kevin Hart went through it too. And look how it come back to get you. Because you sold out, they'll always remind you of who you is before it's time for you to get up out of it. That's exactly what's happening. But you see the model for being white is Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's the model for being white, the stand-up, strong gentleman guys. The model for being black in Hollywood. Will Smith, 400 Degrees of Separation. Kevin Hart dressing up like Annie in female clothes. The Rock dressed up like the Tooth Fairy. All the pictures of black men, homosexuals, and all these girly things, just horrible. What you sell out to. What you agree and clap hands to just to get a damn check. Sell out your whole people for a check. Then think you're going to be, just because they smile at you, let you sit beside them like you're going to be accepted. No, because you selling out from the beginning. How could they trust you? You sell out your own. How could they trust you? Of course, they don't have no problem with you selling out. They don't have no problem with you agreeing to what they doing because you're doing what they want you to do. But thinking you're going to be accepted as they equal when you selling out from the beginning? No. No. People need to wise up. Stop being so foolish. They do this stuff because we do not take advantage of our rights. That's why they do these things. And they put people in place to force the agenda for what they want you to believe. You don't see none of the LGBTs and them coming out publicly apologizing to these transsexuals and homosexuals lying about their sexuality, tricking people. They ain't issuing no apologies behind that. They ain't issuing no apologies behind all the children that's raped, behind that sin that they actually is promoting and legalized. Are y'all issuing apologies behind that? Behind all the children that's in the homes of y'all raising them as a family, 2 men, 2 girls that's being molested and raped behind closed doors. Are you issuing an apology for that? No, they not. If you can't make right decisions for yourself, how you going to make them for a child? How you going to make them for a child? That's what you get for selling out from the very beginning, Kevin Hart. But of course, you got enough money where you probably ain't never got to do another one of their shows. Then they get you on something else to take that away from you. Brother, stop selling out all the damn time. I'd rather get a slow nickel than a fast dime. If you a stand-up man, you can make it happen regardless. I don't got to be on camera. I ain't got to play in your movie. I ain't got to come in your studio. You know what? Because I'm so stand-up, I'm so genuine, I'm going to get mine honest, and guess what? God going to bless the works of my hand, and I'm going to have it anyway. I don't care if the world see me make it, or I don't care if I make it in private. Guess what? I will have it because God is going to bless the works of my hand. We need stand-up, strong men and women with integrity and not sellouts. Then it seems like every time y'all turn y'all back on y'all people, then they remind you of who you is. Then you want your same people to come support you who you turned your back on. It's sick out here. This world is horrible. And they want you to fall in line and be a part of it. This is nothing but murder. That's all this stuff is. The devil know God laws. The devil know that God is real and true. That spirit know it. That's why I want everybody to be subject to it. This ain't nothing new. When God destroyed the 4 cities of Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality and lesbianism, that was a fact. That was true. Those ruins remain to this day. Go look it up on YouTube. They found the cities. And just like God explained what he did to it, done to them, they sitting up right now. those cities, sodomites, they still up right now today. Those cities, pillow assaults, suffered from heaven. God destroyed those places. The enemy know. So what they want us to do is agree with it. They want us to call men women who actually men, which makes us liars. Which makes us liars. And if you're not doing it for them, then guess what? You breaking the law. You are breaking the law because they have a right to say that even though they men, they can be women. They have a right to say even though they women, they can be men. However they feel that day, that's what they is. But let them break the law. Let a man break the law who think he a woman. He going to a man's prison. They ain't gonna put him in a female prison. Let a female break the law who claims she a man. She going to a man prison. They ain't gonna put her in no female. She going to a female prison. They ain't gonna put her in a man prison because they even know the truth. But until that happens, you call them what they want to be called. If his name is Ted and he want to be called Tammy, you call him Tammy. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we will not subject to those things. You will not send my soul to hell. The Bible clearly says every liar will have his part in the lake of fire. Every liar, whether big or small. Which means, guess what? You want me to lie. You want me to lie about something I know that's true. This is a man. I will not call them a woman. Because now, you always had a choice to make. God say, make your choice. You going to stand for righteousness or you going to stand for evilness? Regardless to what, I'm the real judge behind this. Don't worry about them. I'm the real judge for them. Do not be afraid of him who can destroy the body, but you better be afraid of him, which is me, who can destroy both body and soul in hell. In hell. So make no mistake about it. Don't let these people set y'all up, reel y'all in, subject y'all. They want everybody to submit, surrender, worship the god of homosexuality. Worship the god of lesbianism. Worship the god of transgendering. Worship it. Get on your knees. Respect it. Honor it. Say anything against it. We coming. No, we will not surrender. We have a Lord and God that will be just and will put an end to all sin, whether big or small. I will not surrender to it. Neither my household. As for me and my house, we will worship the Lord. Period. So they always do that type of stuff. They try to subject people and they want to, look, they trying to get y'all and assist y'all in these things, man, and try to get you to compromise, to be desensitized in what's happening. And notice, now they want to put it on your children. Now they want to put it on your children. Now they want to bring it in your homes. See how that go? They don't want to be private and personal in their own house. Now they want it to be legal in your home. Now they want to be like, oh, see, all this stuff is attack against God. People never even peep the deception. Oh, give us the same rights as a man and woman do because we human beings too. We want the same rights. Then they vote their people in office who they behind. We voted you in office, passed this law for us. Yeah, you're right. Let's get them what they asked for since they put us here. Now you make it law. Now here go the real truth. Oh, now since it's legal for us to get married as two men and two women, why we can't go to the church to get married? We want a real wedding. We want to go to the church where God is praised, where God is honored. We know God hate homosexuality. We know God say people who deal in these things going to hell. We know the Bible speak against that. But guess what? So what? It's law now. So y'all either marry us in the church where God is praised as a form of disrespect, and we're going to seal it with a kiss at his altar. If you don't, you breaking the law, which means you now face a prison term and financially fining, which means I hurt you two ways. I'm going to take your church from you and all the finances that comes with it, and you going to jail behind discrimination and violating my rights as a human being. See how they always set up God? But then look at the people you voted in. Look at the people. And that's why y'all all fall under the same category when God's judgment hit. Because you as the people allowed it. They don't outnumber us. They only make up 1% of the population, but they push it so much. Well, it's in everything that you really believe it's real big like it really is. And it's not. And it's not. Because they blinding people by the deception and manipulation of a number being bigger than what it is. They only 1% of the population, 1%. But making these moves bigger as though they the majority. Come on, man. An athlete say something about it, they taking contracts. An actor say something about it, take his movie deal. A musician say something about it, oh, we ain't buying his album. Y'all don't buy it anyway. Y'all 1% of the country. I guarantee you, if a person speak out against homosexuality, it ain't gonna hurt his movie sales. It ain't gonna hurt his music sales. It ain't gonna hurt who come to the game. In fact, that's gonna make it want to come to the game even more. So it don't hurt that. Oh, we not buying your products if you keep them. Y'all only 1% of the population. Y'all don't make or break no business. This battle truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. Stop selling out. Stand up for righteousness. Have some respect for God and not people.